Oh, I wanted his job on the spot.
Good to see you this morning.
He's
Man, that parking deck is full. I had to always
well, we got a good show. I don't know if you got to hear that.
You having a good day?
Brian actually works with me. His son was up every year. He said the same thing. Yes. Brian, one of our technicians. Give me a call. It's a small world. Greg said he's going to very low. They think he's going to get a dog. He said, $2. He said, dog in here talking. He said, you can put that dog in here. He's going up there.
He had a chance to meet and talk. He could share with him about the guy.
He told me, he said, I still got his contact.
Because he's going to need to know Jason, the lead guy that lives there. And he needs to know Greg that will come out of Kansas. Kansas City.
They said they were going to put him in a little cabin. They weren't going to put him in they called it the burning house.
Yeah, Chandler.
The older guys.
He's glad for the experience.
That's what Greg said. He said, I want to get that experience and learn something. But he said, I don't know what I want to do.
Well, he said, I'll never be a pheasant guy. He said, I'm the guy for big game. But he'll tell you, he told the group that hurt him. I mean, he made about $25,000.
That's good money for 3 months. Yeah. Okay.
We'll make sure.
Yeah, thank you.
There's some seats on the front row. Don't be afraid. Well, first we'll start by saying Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. We see quite a bit of red out there. And for those of us who couldn't find something too red, we got close enough. So hopefully you will, if you haven't gotten candy or given candy or gotten flowers or just know somewhere there's somebody in the world who loves you. And don't worry about it. But all things aside, we are here to do a bit of business as we gather every month, and we appreciate you coming out to join us. So with a hearty good morning, we'll call this meeting of the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees to order. We appreciate your ongoing interest in the Alabama Community College system and our 24 partner schools that comprise this system. A great deal of work and preparation has gone into the development of the documentation that you will hear and that we have reviewed for this meeting. And I'd like to commend the Chancellor, his staff, and all of our college presidents and their staffs for their diligent work in preparing for this meeting. As always, we remain laser focused on student success and remain true to our core mission of education, workforce development, and academic transfer. We have Dr. Chris Montgomery from the Fraser Methodist Church here in Montgomery who will give us our invocation. Dr. Chris Montgomery is a senior pastor of Fraser Church here in Montgomery. He also holds degrees in biblical studies, a Master of Divinity, and a Doctor of Ministry degree. After working in the mental health field for several years, Dr. Montgomery has worked full-time in the local church for the past 18 years. He is married to Emily, who is a Spanish teacher here in Montgomery, and they have 2 sons. Dr. Montgomery.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today. It is an honor to be with you. In many ways, I stand in awe of the high calling that each of you has had placed on your shoulders, and I want to thank you for answering that call. There's a lesson that I've learned from Peru to Palestine, from Glasgow to Cairo, and it is that if we're going to truly lead, then we must be willing to lay aside our personal agendas and serve. And all the responsibility that has been placed on each of you is simply an invitation to servanthood. Someone once said, I have not come to be served, but to serve. Can't really remember who said that right now. That's a joke. But as Jesus said those words to us, I think it reminds us of each of our callings. And I know the responsibility that's been placed on each of you is great and affects the lives of many. And as someone who has personally benefited in many ways from your work, I simply want to say thank you, and please do not give up, because when you do your work to serve others, it is not in vain. Let us pray. Father, I thank you for the willing obedience of each person here today to answer the call to serve a greater good beyond themselves. I thank you for the power of the Holy Spirit that has a way of inspiring our minds and encouraging our hearts so that ordinary business becomes a blessing for others. Lord, I ask on behalf of all those who benefit from the work that is done in this place today, that they would know that these people have their best interest in mind, and that this gift of education that you have created will help them better their lives for generations to come. Lord, we love you, and we thank you, and we thank you for loving us. I pray this in Jesus' good and powerful name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Montgomery. Would you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, do we have roll call, please?
Mr. Jeff Shell. Mr. Jeff Shell. Mr. John Mitchell. Mr. Goodrich Rogers.
Present.
Mr. Ron Houston.
Present.
Mr. Lachlan Roan.
Present.
Mr. Tim McCartney.
Present.
Mr. Rick Lexi.
Present.
Dr. Yvette Richardson.
Present.
Governor Kay Ivey.
All right, thank you. Our agenda was distributed in advance to board members for their review. I will now entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion to approve from Mr. Duss. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Lightsey. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving signify by raising your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
I think it's Jeb. Okay. The motion passes. The minutes are approved. Madam Secretary, do we have anyone signed up for public comment? We now will move to the college spotlight, which is Lurleen B. Wallace Community College.
Mr. Chairman,
Oh,
the point of order,
Yeah.
the minutes of last month's meeting, need to be approved.
thank you for that. Moving just a bit too fast. Sorry, Doctor. Our minutes were distributed in advance to our board members for their review. I will now entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our our January meeting.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion by Mr. Houston, seconded by Mr. McCarthy. All those in favor, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. Now we will move.
Chairman Rome, Chancellor Baker, board members, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity at LBW, and on behalf of LBW and as president, it's an honor to not only showcase one of our students that we share with Opp High School, but also highlight the Skills for Success program. This is one of the most significant tools that ACCS has ever given to our colleges, and we thank you for that. It is a way that we never have to say no to our constituents in our community, and we are thankful for that. So, as it's often said, proof is mostly seen and rarely heard. So with that, we have a video.
The purpose is to introduce this huge world of construction industry to our youth.
I think it's a pretty big opportunity for me as well, having this as a career path after high school.
DeMarion's been able to start developing skill towards this industry.
We had to do lifting up a barrel all the way up, keeping it level, and bringing it all the way back down. And I just thought it just felt pretty good to me. I liked it.
Our mission is to create lifelong learners and 21st century employees. So for us, this is an opportunity to take the classroom outside of the four walls.
I feel like I learned a lot more because I'm more of a visual learner. Like, you have to sit there and talk to me through it as I'm moving the machine and operating it. It actually did better than I liked the actual course on the computer, because I was able to see how it was done and how it was made, and folks sitting there talking to me through it and keeping me comfortable and relaxed as I'm doing it. I honestly didn't want to finish and go back to class. I felt it was better doing this, getting out here and just being able to pick up and move stuff and dump it out and doing these cool tricks.
It's a great introductory piece of equipment where students get that feeling of being inside something that's powerful.
I haven't operated a machine until this has come up. As I got a hang of it, it was just, just clicked like that. It was too easy. And then I got more confident with it, and I wanted to start trying things first and doing more stuff with the skid steer.
This industry's huge. It's way more than just driving a skid steer. The industry has so many different ways they can go that may lead to bigger pieces of equipment.
At the completion of tomorrow's lab, we will have 42 kids at Opp High School that are certified in skid steer. And then in April, we'll be offering mini excavator.
It's a game changer, because what we're doing is creating a larger pool of people to take advantage of all these opportunities we have in this industry.
The instructor was talking to us about how many folks were calling them asking for jobs because they needed people to work and operate these skid steers and all this stuff, and it's a good money maker as well.
When they go to a company, they may not be the one running this thing all the time, but they're going to know how to be around it, and they're going to get their opportunity to run it as well, so that they can develop into that person that company needs them to be.
Now that I've started and I've already done it, it's a big career path for my future now, and I plan on doing it later on during the summer as well.
Actually, DeMarion, he's going to come to work with me this summer, and not only will he be running this, but he'll helping me pour concrete. So he'll be learning multiple things, and with pouring concrete, we'll actually be running an excavator, a dump truck, and skid steers on our job site, and he'll get a lot of hands-on as well.
Definitely going to get a job afterwards after this. Whoever's going to hire me is going to be pleased about how I can operate a machine and be very happy that they chose me as the man to do the job.
I will say that training without results is just training, and I'm happy to say that DeMarion, once he finished this program, within 2 weeks he had 6 job offers. Wow. And I want to introduce you guys to DeMarion Thompson, Matt Blake, the principal of Opp High School, and Courtney Blake, the career coach. Matt.
I just really want to thank the ACCS for the opportunity that you give to small rural schools. The Skills for Success program offers kids a chance to do things that they would never in their wildest dreams have the opportunity to do. So we have been blessed with the partnership that we have with LBW and with the ACCS, and thank you so much for the opportunities that you provided. Thank you, and appreciate y'all having us here today.
DeMarion, 6 job offers. That's pretty impressive. Congratulations on your success and the bright future that you have ahead of you, and thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Kelly. We appreciate what you and the staff are doing down at LBW, as well as some of your counterparts, but today, DeMarion, you're the man. So thank you. We're always happy to highlight our colleges because it is an opportunity to see what we talk about oftentimes actually at work. And having this young man talk about 6 job offers is really the notion of being at work and having choices in life. And so we thank you for that. So next we will move to Section 8, Executive, Legal, and Public Information. We have a number of action items here, and we'll start with the first one, which is the Alabama Community College System 2024 legislative agenda. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees adopt, and it's attached, the legislative agenda for the Alabama Community College System for the 2024 legislative sessions. It is further recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize the Chancellor to form position statements and issue directives as necessary during such legislative sessions to further the interest of the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees and the Alabama Community College System. So, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Goodrich, second by Mr. McCarty. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving, raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion carries. Next, we have from the Alabama Community College System, the professional legal liability insurance. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize the Chancellor and his appropriate staff members to negotiate the terms of and obtain professional legal liability insurance within certain prescribed parameters and report such to the board. It is further recommended that the Alabama Community College System authorize and direct each college and the Alabama Technology Network to purchase professional legal liability insurance under the policy recommended by the Chancellor for the coverage period March 1st, 2024 to March 1st, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Lightsey. Do I have a second by Ms. Gray? Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. Next, we have Jefferson State Community College, Chilton Clanton Campus CDL track construction of new pavilion and restrooms. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Jefferson State Community College to proceed with the project named Chilton Clanton Campus CDL track construction of new pavilion and restrooms. Construction contracts shall be executed no later than May 1st, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Mr. Houston. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lightsey. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. Next, we have Shelton State Community College Fred Campus Mechanical Equipment Replacement. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Shelton State Community College to proceed with the early release purchase of major mechanical equipment for the project called Fred Campus Mechanical Equipment Replacement. The scope of work will replace major mechanical equipment in buildings 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and 700. Contracts for the project shall be executed no later than June 1st, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Houston. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lightsey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving, please raise your hand or a voice vote. The motion passes. Next, we have Shelton State Community College Martin Campus Mechanical Replacement. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Shelton State Community College to proceed with purchase of early release mechanical equipment for the project named Martin Campus Mechanical Replacement. Construction contracts shall be executed no later than June 30th, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Houston. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gray. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. Next, we have Trenholm State Community College Security System Solution for Trenholm and Patterson campuses. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Trenholm State Community College to proceed with the project named Security System Solution for Trenum and Patterson campuses. The scope of work will include the installation of security cameras, access controls, card swipes, and thermal imaging cameras for all buildings located on the Trenum and Patterson campuses. Construction contracts shall be executed no later than June 1st, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion from Ms. Gray.
Second.
Second from Mr. Lightsey. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. Next, we have Gadsden State Community College Baseball and Softball Complex Renewal. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Gadsden State Community College to proceed with the project named Baseball and Softball Complex Renewal. The project scope includes artificial grass, dugouts, pre-engineered press box with bleachers, bullpens, and shared concession building with restroom. Construction contracts for this project shall be executed no later than May 1st, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve? A motion by Mr. McCarty. Second by Mr. Rogers. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approval, please raise your hand or a voice or voice vote. Next, we have a resolution entitled Resolution Approving and Authorizing the Chancellor to Complete Negotiations and Execute Final Construction Contracts for Capital Improvement Project at Northwest Shoals Community College. I will read part of it and I will not read the entirety of it, if that's okay with everyone. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Alabama Community College System was established by Act Number 2015-125, the Act of the Alabama Legislature, and approved as law by the Governor of Alabama on May 5th, 2015. And whereas pursuant to the Act, the Alabama Community College System, the ACCS, was created and is now governed by the Board of Trustees, the board created by the Act. And whereas the Act authorizes the board to appoint a chancellor who serves as the chief executive officer of the ACCS to assist the board in carrying out its authority and responsibility. And whereas pursuant to the authority vested in the chancellor under the Act and as prescribed by the board's policy, the chancellor has the authority and responsibility, subject to the approval of the board, for the operation, management, and improvement of the community and technical colleges, included but not limited to the management and supervision of capital improvement programs and expenditures. I will cease, just for brevity's sake, in reading that, and just jump down to a part that deals specifically with Northwest Shoals. Whereas pursuant to the Public Works Law, the circumstances of the bids received for the project at Northwest Shoals Community College Phil Campbell campus renovation allow for and permit additional negotiations to finalize the final contract terms and conditions before the issuance of bid awards and or issuance of notice to proceed for the bid packages of general works, electrical, and mechanical. So with that abbreviated reading of the entirety, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Rogers. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Houston. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, please raise your hand or a voice vote. The motion passes. Next, we have Lurleen B. Wallace Community College Administration Building Renovation. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Lurleen B. Wallace Community College to proceed with the project named Administration Building Renovation. This project will renovate the exterior envelope, first floor, second floor, and replace the roof of LBW's administration building. Construction contracts for the project shall be executed no later than May 1st, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Lightsey. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. McCarthy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. Next, we have Coastal Alabama Community College Atmore Conference and Education Center. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Coastal Alabama Community College to proceed with approval of change order number 2 for the project named Atmore Campus and Education Center. Do I have a motion to approve? I think that was a motion from Mr. Shell. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Houston. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. And next we have Reed State Technical College Building 200 renovation for healthcare. It is recommended that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees authorize Reed State Technical College to proceed with the project named Building 200 renovation for healthcare. The renovation project is for interior and exterior improvements to modernize the facility. Construction contracts shall be executed no later than June 1st, 2024, or this authorization shall expire. Do I have a motion to approve?
So
Motion by Mr. McCarthy, second by Mr. Houston. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, please raise your hand or a voice vote.
Aye.
The motion passes. Just a second. Next, we have personnel.
Good morning and happy Valentine's Day to you all. I'm Charlene Finkelstein with the Human Resources Department, and I would be delighted to introduce some new talented additions to our staff. We'll start with Mr. Michael Jaco. Michael, would you stand? Michael is our new Regional Facilities and Project Manager for the Northern Region of the state. He has served for the past 30 years in Huntsville as a field paramedic, an assistant fire marshal, and most recently as deputy fire marshal for Huntsville Fire and Rescue. He's also worked for several years as a CNC machine operator. He has an associate's degree in emergency medical services from Calhoun Community College and a bachelor's degree in fire science from Columbia Southern University, and he's a licensed paramedic. He's based at Calhoun Community College. Thank you, Michael. Ethan Burton. Would you stand, Ethan? Ethan is our new creative media assistant in graphic design. He has over 4 years of experience in graphic design at multiple community colleges, most recently at Mississippi Delta Community College. Although Ethan is young, he's well experienced with photography and a variety of design software packages for both Mac and PC computers. Ethan is also bilingual with Spanish as his second language. He has an associate degree in liberal arts from Holmes Community College and a bachelor's degree in graphic design from Delta State University. And he's based here at the system office. Thank you, Ethan. All right, Carrie Hill. Carrie, would you stand? Carrie is our new Regional External and Governmental Affairs Liaison. He has over 16 years of Alabama Association of Realtors and has served in the Alabama House of Representatives. He most recently served as Director of Governmental Relations for the Alabama Supercomputer Authority. He has a bachelor's degree in history and a master's of public administration, both from Jacksonville State University. And Carrie is based at Gadsden State Community College. Thank you, Carrie. Ms. Laura Swan. Laura. She is our new business analyst for student/Ad Astra. She served for the past 16 years at Gadsden State Community College in the student services and enrollment area. She has served as career coach and most recently as registrar and director of enrollment services. She was also part of the Target X and Ad Astra implementation teams. She has a bachelor's degree in sociology from Jacksonville State University and a master's degree in post-secondary instructional technology from Troy University. She is also based at Gadsden State Community College. Thank you. Edward Lawrence. This man is so qualified, I couldn't do him justice in a couple minutes, but we'll try. He has almost 30 years of experience in information technology. He started in the retail business where he implemented point-of-sale systems and software development and retail management systems for large supermarket organizations. He has spent the last 20 years designing electronic record systems and technological infrastructures and providing data management for numerous corporations in the finance, healthcare, and retail areas. He was vice president and owner of Micropulse Technologies, which was a consulting firm with a long-standing reputation in the Birmingham area. He most recently served as chief technology officer for the radiology clinic and simplified medical management in Birmingham, where he oversaw all the systems for technology, imaging, telehealth, communications, and compliance management. He has a bachelor's degree in computer science and business administration from Troy University and numerous certifications in information technology and project management. And he is based here with us at the system office. So please join me in welcoming all these wonderful new people to our staff.
Welcome to each and every one of you, and thanks for coming on board with us. Chancellor.
You know, it's time of the year that we welcome a lot of visitors to Montgomery, and we have a house full of them across the street. And I've asked Boone to come forward and give us a legislative update. We appreciate the job the legislature does and appreciate the support they've given the community college system over the last several years. Boone?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and trustees. Like the Chancellor said, legislature is in full go. This is week 2 of the 2024 legislative session, and today is day 5 out of 30 possible legislative days that the legislature can meet. And they're full steam ahead with a full agenda of bills, and so they're moving forward. Wanted to update you all that last week Governor Ivey had sent over her proposed fiscal year 2025 education and general fund budgets. Of course, you know, our interest lies in the education budget package. Even though the economy has leveled out over the record growth that we've seen over the last few years, the education budget is still very healthy. The governor's budget provides total year-over-year increases of $549 million, which is 6.25% over fiscal year 2024 levels. The governor's proposed education budget includes right at $34.5 million in increases to the Alabama Community College system in the following areas. And I'll just briefly run through these. $13.7 million for operations and maintenance funding, which is the funding that goes directly, that you all appropriate directly to our colleges. This does include a 2% pay raise for community college employees that was also part of the governor's budget package. $678,000 increase for the chancellor's office, which again also includes a 2% pay raise for employees in this office here at ACCS. $500,000 increase for adult education. $536,000 increase for Married Military Institute, a $10 million increase for dual enrollment. We're so thankful that the governor put that in her budget. That was a key component of the budget request that you all had passed several months ago, and just really appreciate seeing that funding at that level in the governor's budget. $1 million for LPN program expansion at our colleges. $1 million for the short-term credential scholarship program, $2 million for the Alabama Career Roadmap Initiative, and $5 million for career tech equipment. So the governor's budget makes key investments in many of the areas that you all had highlighted, as I said, in the budget request that you all adopted several months ago, and we're very thankful for that. However, it was well short of the funding requests that were included in the budget request that we had provided. There are some priority areas that we've already started working with legislative leadership and the budget chairman on that were not included in the governor's budget, including additional funding for the ACCS Innovation Center, which we've obviously heard student success story. And so we're very much want to increase that funding for the Innovation Center, and then also advocating for additional funding for operations and maintenance and the Career Roadmap program. In addition to the FY25 budget proposal, there are also 2 additional bills that were part of the governor's package that will provide one-time funding to the ACCS. In those 2 bills, the first one includes over $50 million in supplemental appropriations for specific capital projects and renovation projects at the community colleges. And the second bill includes $67 million that would go to the ACCS from the Education Advancement and Technology Fund. Of course, these bills may change as they go through the legislative process, and we're certainly working with legislative leadership and the budget chairman on possible additions that would enhance the funding for ACCS in both of these bills. So overall, I think we're off to a very good start, but there is more work to do to get us where we need to be in the budget process. We'll certainly continue to keep you all informed as the legislative session continues, and I will be calling on you all to assist as the budget process moves forward and gets closer to time when the legislature will be considering the budget package. So that's kind of a very brief overview of where we're at currently. Do any of you have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Boone. Well, appreciate it. I guess they have 26 days to get everything finished, right, Boone? And counting. Next, we'll have committee reports, personnel.
Caught me off guard.
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Chairman, it is my pleasure to present this personnel report to you guys. As chairperson of the Personnel Committee, I'm pleased to present to you and the board members a report of the Chancellor's evaluation for the 2023 year. Chancellor Baker was evaluated by all board members in the areas of goals, effective relationships, and reflective assessment. I am pleased to report that the Chancellor received the following scores respectively: an overall average of 4.8914 in goals, an overall average of 4.8466 in effective relationships, and an overall average of 4.8680 in reflective assessments. And as committee chair, I want to say thank you personally to the Chancellor for his professionalism, his leadership as our CEO of the system, and his drive to adhere to the mission of the ACCS to provide a unified system of institutions dedicated to excellence in delivering academic education, adult education, and workforce development. And on a personal note, just thank you for being the guy you are. I appreciate you.
Well, to no one's surprise, the Chancellor received an outstanding evaluation from us as board members. But more than just an evaluation, I think the proof is in the pudding. As Boone talked about the budget, that is one of the metrics, but arguably it's not the most important metric. The most important metric are everyday folks who come through the doors of the 24 colleges that are throughout our communities in this state, and their abilities to go and have the life that they would like to have with choice and dignity. Each one of you help to do that, but you do it with and through the leadership of Chancellor Baker. So we take our hats off and say thank you for a job well done.
Thank you.
Now go do it again.
We're working on it.
Any more committee reports? Our
Well,
next,
could I say something?
go right ahead.
You know, we've started a process of meeting with each president, and we've just started, so we've had 3 presidents to come in and make their reports. For the first time since I've been here, I am so excited about every president that is responsible for managing a school. And it's with that and with their support and with the energy they're putting into it, we have some schools that are just coming alive. I hate to keep doing this, but Mobile, no school can imagine increasing your enrollment by 700 students in 1 year. But on top of that, it's probably going to be close to 700 this next year. And that's happening all across the system. One of the reasons our colleges are experiencing increase in enrollment, while the national trend is a declining enrollment, is the level of management that we have and commitment that we have in the President's office across this system. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Well said. And we echo that. So if you have any other, okay, everybody's hearts and minds is at least clear. Our next meeting, board meeting that is, will be March 13th at 10 a.m. And we're on the road. We're going to Wallace State Community College up in Hansville. So we will see you there. This meeting will actually be followed by a work session. It's now 10:40. If we could reconvene at 10:50, so give you about 10 minutes, we will begin the work session. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion from Mr. Rogers. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Houston. This meeting is adjourned.
Aye.
Hey, Dr. Morton. Good to see you.
I'll be glad when I bought. It's hard being popular, isn't it?
I tell you what, I mean this though. We've got
a good crop. If you would kindly take your seat, we will actually begin momentarily here the work session. We took a little bit of extended break between the two in the true spirit of Valentine's Day to let everybody socialize. So now we have to get back on task, at least for the next few minutes. David?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
The first item on the work session agenda is Chattahoochee Valley's request that the Board of Trustees review and approve the college's revised mission statement. Are there any questions relating to this item? The next item is Lurleen B. Wallace Community College's request that the Board of Trustees review and approve the college's current mission statement. Are there any questions relating to this item? The next item is Sneed State's request that the Board of Trustees review and approve the college's current mission statement. Are there any questions relating to this item? The next item is a request from the system office that the Board of Trustees adopt revised policy 623.01 relating to background checks. Included in the materials is a redlined version of the proposed revisions. Are there any, and I would say that this item has been vetted by the policy committee and pushed forward for consideration by the entire board. Any questions relating to this item? The next item is Wallace State Hansville's request that the Board of Trustees authorize the college to transition from a campus housing application that incurs a $200 deposit to a campus housing application that requires a refundable application fee in the amount of $100. I failed to mention that the deposit was $200. That price would be $50 during the summer term for the non-refundable application fee. This arrangement is in place at one of our other community colleges and at several four-year institutions as well. It will also generate approximately $20,000 additional dollars for the college. Are there any questions relating to this item? I'm going to turn the show over to Mr. Salmon.
Good morning, board members. Yesterday, briefly, as I was visiting Chancellor Baker about the agendas today, he did remind me, he says, Mark, you do remember it is Valentine's Day. So with the 8 items that we have here, we will move through very quickly. The first one, board members, that we have up here starts at Wallace State up in Hanceville, and this is a project to change out the generator as a backup source to the major building that we have, the administration building on campus. In your packet, we did include in there information about what's happening there at the Bailey building and the schedule for your review. Board members, do you have any questions about this project at Hanceville for the emergency generator replacement project? The next project, board members, takes us over to Shelton. At Shelton, at the Fred campus, we continue with the renovations that have been identified for that location. We have these buildings here, 1 through building 700, that are receiving some type of work from roofing to interior to exterior improvements. We have, as part of that packet, information that we did discuss last week about the intended changes that you will see in these buildings. Scheduling to take bids and proposals at the end of March for this particular work and package that has been prepared. Any questions about the Fred campus and the improvements to buildings 1 through buildings 700? The next project is also at Shelton and is also on the Fred campus. This is for some electrical utility improvements that are occurring at this location. Essentially, board members, we're taking the overhead power transmission lines and we're putting everything underground to clean up the aesthetics of the campus. We included in there a little bit of a schematic that has been prepared that shows the scope of the work and how the engineering of this electrical work will be performed. We expect to move forward with bids and proposals, partnering with Alabama Power to do part of this work, as it is their service area during the first quarter. Any questions about the utility improvements for the Fred campus as part of Shelton State? The next project, board members, takes...
Just a second.
Yes, sir.
Will these 2 projects end up creating the campus atmosphere that we're trying to reach there?
Yes, they will. We're trying to take this atmosphere and what you've seen there as you go to the campus and really lift it so it's on par and can be considered a college university atmosphere instead of something that has been more traditional, perhaps is recognized as a trades type of training environment. So, and to build off of that comment too that Chancellor Baker has said, we're really trying to lift all of our institutions so that they are on par and they look like colleges and what universities should look like, and that they don't look like an elementary school. And I don't say that disrespectfully, but We're just reflective of what we should see when we go into institutions of higher learning. Jefferson State, board members up there, we have at the Martin building where they're going through some lab and classroom improvements. We did include in there a bit of a schematic that outlines the scope of the work that will be performed inside that building. We do expect and have already received bids for this package. They were under the board's requirement of $500,000. We're bringing that back to you next session for approval. We have entered into an agreement for this project, but we're just preparing for change orders and so forth that'll move that project over that $500,000 threshold that has the board coverage as we move into this work. The next project takes us to Southern Union, and this is work at the Valley campus that is basically to the north of Opelika and the main campus there. This is in the Carmichael building, and this building is scheduled to receive several phases of work, but in this particular area for this project, we're looking to focus on the labs that are there for the veterinary science program. We included slides in there to address and give you a perspective of what we're doing. Also the entrance and just dealing with the overall scope over the next couple of phases that lifts and modernizes that building so it looks very attractive. Board members, any questions about Valley and the Carmichael building renovation project? The next one is at Trenum, and this is goes back out to Executive Park. We've been looking at this location, and there's a parcel of property that we are moving to purchase. Questions about the purchase of this property out at Executive Park? The next one, board members, takes us down to Enterprise as part of Enterprise State and to the campus there. We have some electrical and mechanical needs and improvements that need to be addressed on several buildings, particularly at Forrester, Wallace, Lawley. And then we also have a little bit of structural work that we need to take care of as part of the softball program. We do expect this work and to take bids later in February, and then to bring those results back to you in the next board meeting in March. Any questions of those improvements electrically and mechanically for the Enterprise campus at Enterprise State? Board members, the next one takes us up to northeast Alabama to Drake, and this is for the renovation of Building 500 on the campus there. This is phase 2 to complete that building renovation that was started several years ago. We have in here a schematic that shows a little bit of the darker gray where it was previously renovated and a little bit of the area in the lighter blue of the scope of the work to finish renovating the rest of the building. We did include in your packet here some of the phase 1 work that shows the comparison of before and the after of what we were able to achieve in that project and what the college enjoys today. We expect that we'll receive bids around March 7th in time to be able to bring those results back in the March board meeting. Board members, any questions about the Building 500 Phase 2 renovation for Drake State? Board members, I'm finished. Any other questions? Thank you, board members.
Thanks, Mark.
Good morning, Chancellor Baker and members of the board. On behalf of Lurleen B. Wallace Community College, I'm pleased to present our program application for a new Associate of Applied Science degree in welding. The welding program will prepare students to enter a variety of welding occupations in construction, maintenance, and manufacturing by equipping them with the knowledge and skills to function safely and efficiently in a work environment. Program learning outcomes include oxy-fuel cutting, carbon arc cutting, plasma arc cutting, and shielded metal arc welding. This is a 4-semester degree program of 69 credit hours that builds upon our well-established certificate and short certificates in welding. We already have very successful programs there. The degree adds academic courses that will better prepare our graduates for the business and management side of the field. There is a clear need for the program. Welders appear on the Region 6 Alabama Committee on Credentialing and Career Pathways demand occupations list with 120 annual openings on average. And LightCast data shows higher than average demand for welders in a 14-county area with close proximity to LBWCC. In addition, we have seen strong support from industry as indicated in the letters submitted with our full application package. The welding program has a very strong occupational advisory committee with over 25 employers and content experts who meet regularly with faculty to provide program feedback. And I would just like to say that internally we have seen tremendous growth in the program over recent years. Welding is the largest technical program at the college with over 240 students, and since fall of 2020 has seen a 69% increase in dual enrollment and a 58% increase in overall enrollment. At present, we have 3 full-time faculty with years of in-field work experience, as well as credentials through the American Welding Society, OSHA, the Manufacturing Skills Standards Council, and the National Center for Construction Education and Research. And our faculty are assisted by a full-time lab facilitator as well. The college does not anticipate any major new expenses since the degree is an extension of the existing program and does not require any new facilities or equipment or faculty. Thank you for your consideration, and I'm happy to answer any questions about the program.
I'd just like to say, I think welding, anything that can put more qualified welders into the marketplace will be well received. So this is not only timely as the demand support materials show, but it's a lifelong occupation that continues to grow. So we're happy to see that coming through.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good morning, board members. I have a presentation today that's going to be presented on behalf of Northeast Alabama Community College, Associate Applied Science for Dental Hygienist. Northeast has done an outstanding job identifying a workforce need in Region 1. And with this workforce need, they have, it has basically been shown with current information from the ACCP that in Region 1 alone, they have about 65 jobs, but across the state, it's about 275 jobs that are available for dental hygienists. The LightCast information that have been provided about it'll be about 5.4 increase in dental hygienists across the state in the next 10 years. So basically, what is a dental hygienist? Well, a dental hygienist does a lot of different things, such as educational, clinical, and services for individuals in a number of different capacities. They assess patients, they perform x-rays, but they also provide patient education for dental hygiene or oral hygiene. And just FYI, in April, there's a National Dental Hygienist Month. So if you go see your dentist in April, they'll love to see you from that standpoint. And it's Valentine's Day, so they'll love to see you smile as well. As far as fiscal consideration is concerned, it has been consistent with the other program startups. They will be seeking accreditation through CODA, or the Commission of Dental Accreditation. They'll also be putting things in place for the Dental Assistant National Boards and the Alabama Board of Dental Examiners upon the graduation of their students. They will need one additional full-time faculty member, and they will need new equipment. However, the facility that they already have on campus will be renovated to accommodate these things. The licensure itself is portable across the state for a number of different pathways. The next pathway for a dental hygienist is actually to a 4-year institution, pre-dental, and eventually to look at dental school themselves. The college will also have a number of different opportunities to enhance the dual enrollment possibility for dental assistants and things of this nature as the healthcare grows, as the healthcare field grows. One of the things that I do commend Northeast when they came to this particular program is that they got a number of letters of support that were really, really great. I think those are in your package. But Dr. Campbell and his administration received these letters of support, and currently 6 local dental offices have signed clinical agreements and pledged to support by mentoring, training, and hire their graduates prior to them finishing this program. This program has been recommended for approval for ACE and will be on the March agenda. Pending any questions, that is my report for dental hygienists at Northeast Alabama Community College. Thank you.
Well, that was a Valentine's Day special run through. Mark, you did good. But we appreciate the care and concern that and work that went into preparing these programs, as well as the materials that we see here today, as we talked about at the beginning. But we have finished for this month in terms of the work session, and we wish you all again a very happy Valentine's Day. Take care and travel well. The meeting's adjourned.